What is up, First fans? Welcome back. How's everybody doing tonight? Devin, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. I think I'm doing terrible, but that's just because my Broncos absolutely stink.
Yeah.
And speaking of stink, this is our Studs and Duds series.
There's a lot more duds than studs this week.
It was really hard to come up with a stud, and realistically, the only stud is not going to probably be usable going forward for the most part. So, we're coming with bad news.
Yes.
But usable news for fantasy, which is what we all need, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait for one of these.
Yeah. So, before we get to that, though, watch this. We'll be right back.
Hello. If you think about how great TRAVIS KELCE is, you will most definitely want to be one of only 1,000 first fans to receive this beautiful collector card for free. They are individually numbered, and all you have to do is like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to the Fantasy Football First channel. It's all in the description below. Now go enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, welcome back. On to Studs and Duds.
Studs and duds.
I'm going to start off with your so-called
Stud?
stud.
Yeah, he got the good one.
You know, No, you do first.
All right. So, for mine is Javonte Williams, okay? He only got 4 carries, but he got 20 yards doing that. That's averaging 5 yards a carry. That's pretty good.
That's good. Solid.
He also got 7 targets, 6 receptions, only 32 yards, but he got a touchdown doing that. It's the 7 targets that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
He got more targets than Courtland Sutton.
Yep.
And, I mean, you just look at that in the receiving game, he's a really good threat. And as Melvin Gordon starts to decrease, maybe get injured. I know we've been saying that all year. But Melvin Gordon always gets injured. So if that happens, Javonte Williams is absolutely gold.
Yeah.
If you have Javonte Williams, I would definitely keep him or trade for him.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning of the season, we actually did a series, and it was based on Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, and we both kind of agreed that it was going to be around the middle of the season where we thought Javonte Williams might start taking over.
Yeah.
We're still not even there yet, so we're kind of pushing it because we can see the talent that he has, but it's not happening yet. So hopefully that will happen here in the next few weeks, but it is bound to happen.
Yeah, at any point.
Although, maybe it's not going to happen now that I think about it. I mean, Vic Fangio is not very good.
Once you said his name, I understood.
And, you know, he's old school, so he just may stick this out with Melvin Gordon and just continue to feed him.
Yeah.
If that happens, you're basically going to have a flex play with Javonte.
Yeah.
And Melvin Gordon for the Melvin Gordon owners, but, you know, maybe that is going to happen. So maybe you don't necessarily want to give up too much to get him. Now, we're in a keeper league that we play in, and in a keeper league, it might be a good idea to get him because you could keep him for next year.
Yeah.
And obviously, Dynasty is totally different. People aren't even giving him up in Dynasty. But so, you know, if you're just in a regular redraft league, maybe not.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. Think about what you see these Broncos doing this year.
I would hold on to him for the potential. Obviously, he's not your running back 1 or 2.
No.
So I would hold on to him. He's most likely on your bench, just like he's mainly on everybody else's bench. So,
although this week some people used him. I know I played against someone who used him. And I mean, he was serviceable, thankfully for that touchdown, or unthankfully for me. But
bye weeks are happening. So, you could see that.
Okay. All right. Well, my stud is super easy. Dearness Johnson.
Yep.
I mean, if you watch the game, you know what we're talking about. He ran roughshod over the Broncos. I mean, just left and right. He had one cut and went. He just gashed that Broncos D. They looked terrible. Surprisingly, they only gave up 17 points. It sure felt like it was like a 30-point game. As far as scoring D, they did pretty good, but as far as yardage, they just were getting torn up, and he was the main guy.
Yeah.
Average 6.6 yards per carry, 22 carries, 146 yards, 1 touchdown, another 2 receptions for 22 yards. I mean, just settling. The downside to us telling you about Dearness Johnson is you likely aren't going to be able to use him going forward.
Ever again.
Nick Chubb is likely coming back next week, and that'll be it. So,
Yeah.
It was a nice one-hit wonder.
If you played him. Hopefully
If you played him, yeah. Also, I played against him as well this week.
Oh,
But-
I'm so sorry.
You know, that's all right. It can be overcome. All right, on to our duds. Who do you got for a dud?
You ready? I have Odell Beckham.
Yep, he was a dud.
It's hard for me to talk about this guy without my blood boiling, because I drafted him in 2 leagues. He has been a headache all year long.
Uh-huh.
He has not been catching the ball to save his life. He is
No.
not. Nowhere is he the same as you saw him on New York Giants. I didn't say that properly,
That's right.
but you understood what I meant. This year he only has 16 receptions, which is really bad.
Yeah.
And
And he's been injured, too.
yeah, those
nagging
first 2
injuries,
games,
yeah.
he was out those first 2 games. So
Well, he
out of
almost
5
didn't play
games.
last night. He did tweet something and almost didn't play last night.
Yeah.
He was questionable.
But he looked good. Yeah.
No. He was out there.
He looked good, okay? I saw some plays. He was being covered by Patrick Surtain
Uh-huh.
and Justin Simmons.
Yep.
So, you're covered by those 2 people. I mean,
This is what I saw. The Denver Donkeys are normally that kind of a name, which is hard for me to say being the Bronco fan. But last night, I saw pin the tail on the donkey of your boy.
Beckham.
Yes.
Oh, he's not.
He slipped and the ball just hit him right in the butt and bounced off. I mean, it was not a good showing. Of course, he's a dud.
Yeah, it's really hard to defend him, honestly. He just has looked
At
so
this
terrible.
point, I'd say sell low if you can.
He might be traded to a new team. I'm kind of hoping that if he does get traded to a new team, maybe he'll do better.
That could be the saving
If he
grace.
does get traded to a new team, like let's say Detroit, who needs a wide receiver, I'm still giving it a week before I play him again. He's on my bench until he proves himself.
Yep. Trash.
Yes.
All right. On to my dud or / duds. I've got the combo of Teddy Bridgewater and Courtland Sutton.
Ooh.
Anybody who plays Courtland Sutton as their stud, I'm sorry. Did not work out well. 5 catches for 68 yards. No touchdowns. However, he did have one really nice catch. I mean, it's kind of one-handed. Teddy Bridgewater threw up a pretty good ball, and it was a nice catch for 31 yards. Other than that, junk. And Teddy Bridgewater did not look good. He only had 187 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Not worth playing. Not that many of you played Teddy Bridgewater, but just that whole combo, the whole Broncos team for the most part was. I mean, we had to search for a stud in Javonte Williams, who wasn't even. He was like the stud of the Broncos, which is just not saying much. This week was bad for everybody on this Thursday night.
Yes, except for Dearness Johnson.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he's not usable going forward, so,
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Did you like anything from this game? Did you have anything positive that you could see coming from these
Any
players?
of the people on the Browns?
Yeah, if you did, put it down below and we'll say our condolences. Anyway, I think that's about it. Mm-hmm. So we appreciate you watching this video. Thank you so much. Don't forget to get your Travis Kelce Collector Card. Like, comment, and sub to our channel. And we've got some stuff coming up here in the future that we think you're going to be excited about. But we're not going to say anything yet. But that's just a tidbit, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Okay, with all that being said,
always remember to
finish first.
Thank you for listening to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Jackson throws complete. Crabtree has it for a touchdown.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Get more fantasy info and check us out at FantasyFootballFirst.com.